Okay, so I had to do this. Give me a second. I adjust the microphone. So um, after thinking more about my non-mathematical explanation of the QFT or the quantum Fourier transform, I was going through the QFT chapter in the O'Reilly book, because one of the things that I did is I was basically I didn't read that to the end, and I didn't read the phase estimation or Shor's algorithm chapter either, because I want to learn that through material that is sort of that I'm able to publish online, that it's open, and so you guys can get the insights. And there, nevertheless, they do something really interesting there, which is they explain the QFT a bit different in the sense that they explain it by explaining the inverse. And I was astonished to see that it actually matches completely with the concept or the intuition that I mentioned in the QFT video of what the QFT is doing is basically is kind of folding up your is folding up your phase information in a way that it you end up basically in with a superposition that has all the packed information in the exact spots where the frequencies are that make that up. And that probably just made no sense at all, so just go ahead and take a look at the video. uh, at the QFT video, because I probably explained it better there. But it's basically playing with Hadamards to so you have your wave encoded in a superposition, and then with the Hadamards you're destroying in the superposition. But in between Hadamards you're trying to recover the same encoding, the same phase information, so you can still represent it with less states in the superposition. And what this makes is it just gives you a compressed version of it, which at the end of the day ends up being the set of frequencies that basically make up the wave that you started with. The inverse is, what if you start with something like that? So what if you wait a second, we're gonna do a I'm so bad at explaining things that I've already explained. I don't know why. It's just to myself even. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to do the opposite. So I'm trying to create a not a sort of, I'm not trying to encode a wave in the superposition, but to get a superposition that has like, I don't know, how could I do that? Maybe this way, and then maybe we'll just put Hadamards. So that's one way of doing it, right? So you build a superposition, you flux something, and then you kind of destroy the rest of the superposition. Let's see if maybe that's gonna work out. So we have, because that could be the result, right? That could be a result of a QFT. So let's imagine that's the result of the QFT. And now let's do the QFT backwards. And what you will see is that what it does is it does the inverse of packing that information. It unfolds it. So basically, it says, okay, how can I go from that space to a superposition that then encodes that particular frequency of 2, right? So that kind of like goes that particular mixture of frequencies. So I'm gonna because I'm so bad at this at remembering those things, I'm just gonna copy that, mirror that, right? So I'm gonna start with the Hadamard, and then so we'll start with a Hadamard here. Then we'll start with the control rotation of it's pi divided by 4. Why am I doing pi divided by 4? Oh, sorry, I was playing. It's not 4. It should be 8. I was playing. Sorry for that. I was playing with this offline. It's not 4. That should be, because I was playing what happens when you change those angles. So that's definitely this, and that's the correct thing. That's the correct one. Exactly. So maybe I should just copy. I should just copy those things. No, because I like to see step by step. So it's p by 2 exactly. So now pi is pi. God, my English. Now we're gonna do another Hadamard, and then we're gonna do, this, and this. Yeah. So we're gonna do another Hadamard, and then we're gonna do this and this, but this guy goes here, and it should be 4 and 2. So first is 4, then is 2. So it kind of you kind of see what I'm saying, right? I mean, it's really happening in the sense that we now have this kind of cycle that repeats at least once, and then almost a second time. It's pretty cool. It's a nice way to validate the explanation. So I'm happy that this is the way. So Hadamard. So we've got Hadamard rotation, direction. No, not a Hadamard. Wait a second. I'm doing this wrong. Why am I doing this wrong? This should also be here. Correct? Yay. No. Oh man, I'm so bad at this. Then the Hadamard is here, and then the 2 exactly. Yeah. And that Hadamard, and then we got. Oh come on, but this is not here. This is here. I started to think I have dyslexia or something. Is this correct? Yeah, I think so. And that's not, that fits actually better. It repeats every. I don't know. Maybe I'm not building it correctly. This should be correct. And then go up. So and now I have like. But this guy goes all the way here. So and now I'm basically. No. Basically. Come on. You know what? And I'm also using my fingers to do that, so not a mouse. And then another control rotation up here, and that's 2. That should be 4, and that should be 8. And then we have Hadamard here. I think this didn't work out at all. Must have forgotten something. 248, Hadamard 248, Hadamard 2, and then Hadamard 248, Hadamard 24, Hadamard 2. Might be doing something wrong. So I just cheated, and I went to check in the book how they do that, and I actually realized I'm doing this wrong. I can't show. I'm not gonna show the book in detail because I think it's a really good book, but I think you really should go buy it if you want to go through it. I'm gonna make a video review soon because it has its, I think, good things and bad things, but I'll talk about this in another video. So I think I'm doing this the wrong way in the sense that, okay, this is correct, but this should be. So those things should go basically like this, I think, right? And then like this, and even the other way around. So like this and like this, although I think that shouldn't matter. But I mean, to make it more so you really gotta mirror the entire thing. And I was doing this wrong. uh, and again, no, I'm doing this completely wrong. Let's start from scratch, um, let's start from scratch. Bam. So what are we doing? We're doing this, we're doing this, we're doing this, and we're basically doing this, and here we're doing not just this, but we're doing this. Exactly. And here we're doing this. Yes, that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Then I'll tweak the angles at the angles at the end. I don't know if this is. I don't know if I have to do. If I have to mirror this in the sense that I do like 4 and 8 and so if I now do this and this and I flip those, and in this case I do this and this, correct, 2, and this is a 4, and now I do a Hadamard here, and I do another Control Z here, and we flip it, and now I do another Hadamard here. Come on. It doesn't work either. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong? Whoa. So you see, so I thought I would just do the inverse is doing just like that, really. Building back again. The same things. Oh, maybe the angles here have, maybe I got it right in the very beginning, and just the angles have to be, minused. Because if I now do like this, and like this, but with a minus, and like this, and now let me go ahead and copy those things. I'll spare you the pain. So like that, but 4, 2, and then it's minus and minus. Sorry, it's 2 and 4, but it's just the qubit 1, 3, 1, 2. And now we apply Hadamard. Now apply Hadamard on qubit 1. And now we apply sorry, I was right. This is 4 and 2. And this is 8, 4. And there's another one that has to be 2, but this is between 0 and 3. This is between 0 and 2, and this is between 0 and 1. And now we have a Hadamard zero. So what do we have now? Yes! Got it. Perfect. Okay, so this brought me back to that. Okay, that means that's the correct way to make the inverse. Awesome. So I'm gonna copy that. I'm gonna copy that. Until here, I think, and I'm just gonna paste it here. Perfect. Man, sorry for the pain. This is me not knowing how to build inverse operations, just because. Exactly. So I get rid of this, and then so this is our starting point. Remember, this is our starting point, and now we do this. And what have we got? Yeah, maybe that's the. Maybe that's just the way. That's just because of my input. It's shitty. Yeah, that's better. That's better. That's how you do this. You trick that. Anyway, but you see the concept, right? So wait a second. So always this. So if I do this way, if I do this, what do I have now? Okay. Yeah. Let's say that's it. Let's say that's your starting. No. What? This gear. Yeah, but that's. Wait a second. I'll start here. Get rid of this. I thought that was a good one. I don't know. Maybe I'm not saying something correctly, but I think that's really what's happening. Oh my god! I just don't know how to encode the inputs correctly. It's a shame. But anyway, that's the concept, right? So if you make the inverse, you're basically what you're doing is you're unfolding that. So you're unfolding that information into something. My god, I just feel I'm missing some stupid little thing. Maybe if you guys see it, you can tell me in the comments below. What am I doing wrong? But it takes it. I mean, I think I made a point, right? So my point here is that you basically, if you start off this way, my god, how can I just? If you start off this way, you can also kind of create unfold that into an actual wave. So this is really what's happening. What's happening here behind here under the hood is that those Hadamards basically expand your uncertainty, and then you're unfolding that uncertainty. So with the rotations, you're basically shifting that information, so that now that you have more space in your superposition, you can kind of uncode that that wave that you had compacted before. So that's how the inverse works, although that might not be the actual circuit. But if you guys know what I'm doing wrong, just let me know in the comments down below. Perfect. Thank you very much.